Hi, good evening, everyone. Gina here, Soul Inspired Reflections. I hope all of you are doing well today or this evening, whenever you come across this video. It's September 7th, 2023, and I felt inspired to just do a general card reading um, from the Kyle Gray Oracle deck, Gateways of Light and Activation. As many of you know, so many activations of light have been entering into the planet, have been entering into your body, and that shows up very differently for each person. Excuse me while I need to grab my cord. There we go. Well, you think I'd be ready, right? That shows up differently for each person. I've been witnessing different things for people. Some of which is, pardon me, I got to reset some things. An increase of anxiety or PTSD feelings coming up, grief happening. There we go. It's a little better. Grief happening for some people, and all the different stages that come with that. So I decided to pull some cards because there's also the opposite happening for some of you, a surge of excitement, a surge of focus, a surge of clarity, this other level of surrendering, or you're getting really through the last tendrils of what you could consider your own dark night of the soul, which we go through many of those. They're just at different degrees in your own experience. Some of you are still in this place, and we all get there in our own time, right? So there's no exact place any of us should be, because you're in the place that you're meant to be right now within your ascension journey. Okay, so for those of you first listening to me, I tie in many different things, but I try to make it as organic as possible. And because this is happening to all of us, your body is going through a natural organic evolution of expansion, and you are changing on a cellular level, on a DNA level, and a spiritual level, as you become that you are energy, and our bodies are integrating higher frequencies of light and vibration. And many of you out there are recognizing, oh yeah, you are light, you are vibration, you are frequency. Your body is just dense particles close together, oscillating, creating this physical form of the body, but also through the cells and whatnot. That being said, the core of my own background through shamanic studies, but ascended master teachings and working with the universal rays of light and the threefold flame and what that brings, as well as ascension guides, beings of light and things of that nature. But really, how does that support me, embody and integrate my Christ light energies that are coming in and being activated within me? Because they already are in you. So it's kind of this both and, just as simple as you breathe, right? The world, we all breathe together. There's this quote as the tree, the beast, and the human it's all one breath. We breathe the same air. So just as much as we all breathe the same air simultaneously, such is ascension. You're healing just as much as you're bringing in and ascending. You're releasing just as much as you are bringing in and expanding and growing and manifesting. It happens all at the same time. However, sometimes we have to be focused on what's in front of us, on what's in front of you. Some people may require more time right now to focus on an aspect of healing that they're doing. But what I'm inviting for you now, as some of you are building the skill sets of managing your energetic bodies, managing your energetic bodies. That is some of the core of my teachings and what I talk about and what I support people through. I wouldn't necessarily say it's my only teaching. It's really, I find many modalities support this. Okay. And what happens for people as they wake up and hold a higher vibration and frequency within themselves and how they choose to live their life through love, through divine will, through the surrender to God and the spirit within, and be guided in their life in a completely different way by releasing the old patterns and old structures that no longer work, meaning they're no longer in the vibration and frequency that the planet is heading in. Right? So as the planet is ascending, so is every single being on that planet. Because it's not just the planet that's ascending and expanding, it's the universe. So with that comes different levels of consciousness that exist within you and exist within all life. And many of you, myself included, are always learning how to discern those different levels of frequency and vibration and recognize it. And then it becomes being aware and operating in a higher frequency, self-correcting, self-healing, letting go of old patterns, letting go of anger, emotion, like detaching from emotions. Like if you had an incident when you were a kid and you're still talking about it, and there's an emotional charge, you haven't reconciled that within you. You haven't harmonized it within you. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist anymore. You just relate to it in a different way and no longer hold on to it through whatever deeper peace in you was impacted. You've brought forth the light in you to go, oh, that helped me bring this out. Or I learned how to be more forgiving to someone else because I can see that person or experience now from a higher place as you connect to your I am presence, your higher self. Okay. Some of you might be wondering, what is Gina talking about? I don't get it. That's okay. You don't have to use the same language, but if you're recognizing, you're like, what's my purpose here in life? What's I want to lead a life of passion, meaning I want to work and live my passion. This is all the same vein. It's all the same energy. You're being called to live a different way than you've been accustomed to. And not everyone's going to recognize that because people want to be held in the safety of their own comfort and become complacent. I don't care to be complacent in life anymore. I want to go to what feels good and what's aligned with my heart, what's aligned with the earth, and what's aligned with my I am presence. And it requires the ability to discern energy, to discern what's occurring within yourself, emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, and recognize when those are in alignment or when they're in resistance or conflict with each other. There's no longer a need for past life regression or to really know exactly what you did in another lifetime. When we are now in this place of being fully present in the moment of now, the eternal moment of now, where you can release and heal all lifetimes by focusing on the presence of now and calling your soul forward now, every lifetime, every parallel universe, known and unknown to you. And focus, once you recognize you're releasing some limitation or bringing forth a healing, you can do it all in this place. It may take more than one time to do that, but only you know that. Only your body will know. But the more you master it and become more aligned with the divine will of God that lives within you, and recognize this is how I'm leading my life, I guess, and it will become easier for you. But it takes practice, and you have to build your skill set. You've got to build up your pillar of light, your energetic protection. Because you are energy, you are becoming more light. And if you don't know how to do that yet, walking this world can be very overwhelming. So for those of you that are empathic, becoming even more higher sensory, right? a high sensory person, right? And I'm not talking just people that may be autistic or high functioning or calling or referred to as what is it, neurodivergent, and then saying high sensory, right? Because every single one of us are on some sort of spectrum of sensitivity. Okay, so learning. So my invitation to you is to loosen your grip on the label of and over identifying with that label and having that identify who you are at a core level, while still recognizing and appreciating, oh, you know what? I am designed this way. How do I work with this and learn to manage my energy in a world that perhaps is at a lower, operating in a lower frequency and vibration? Because not everywhere in the world operates in a lower vibration or frequency. And same with people. All of us go up and down within that, but it's in the way that you hold it and walk through it raises your vibration. Okay, so I'm going to come to the cards that were pulled now. Let's see. Maybe there's some more there. Yeah, you're learning to master your energy and walk with your higher self, calling in your higher self, your higher guidance, your divine will of God, the voice, the way you communicate. The higher heart is opening up. That's very key to ascension. For some of you, the Alta Major in the back of the head and the third eye center, we are beginning to even step further into creating our own holographic reality and manifestation. But it really requires further study. For those of you that go, oh, I'm manifesting. While we are manifesting all the time, but I encourage you to go further into the study of what does that really mean? What level of integrity must one have as they're manifesting in life? And being aligned with your heart, the divine will of light, the God, and the heart of the earth. It's multifaceted, not just your individualization of light or God that you are an expression of, I am an expression of. You might not use those exact words, but it doesn't change this fact that we are all an expression of source of light. And holding the light when others cannot hold it for themselves is a really powerful, purposeful way to be in life. I hear so many people seeking outside of themselves still, wanting to go, I have to do this, I have to do A, B, and C, blah, 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 putting all this pressure on themselves. When if they do a few things within their own healing journey and to learn to manage their own light within themselves and still be love and gratitude to themselves and all of life and forgiveness to all those who harm them and to themselves, whoever they have harmed, knowingly and unknowingly, and to truly step in further to the divinity that they can encapsulate themselves in, and calling in their I am presence and truly walk in peace within themselves and with all of life, and to love anyway, and to be clear in your purpose will take on a whole new world for you, and your whole reality will change. Your whole reality will change by you changing here inside and learning the skill set, learning and remembering what it is to be light, how to use these attributes of flames within you, how to be in more harmony of your threefold flame of divine will, illumination, and love. How might the divine will and love be anchored within your entire energetic center? Those are masculine and feminine energies. that work together, and they each have a component of the masculine and feminine within itself, as do you, as do I, as does all of life. So how might you begin to master this as you shed your ego and just let it go? Some of you have stepped further into surrender and lining up. And that's what I feel these cards are representing for many of us right now, and maybe even inspiring some of you that are on the precipice of that. And to remember this process as eternal, and the ability to stay grounded in the body and grounded in this place of earth is really vital. Because for some of you, you may feel and know that deeper calling of how important it is to allow the light to work through you, allow God's love to work through you in everything you do, and to take time each day to bring that light through and begin and start your day grounded in the earth, grounded in your body, grounded in your heart center, and grounded in the connection to above. That it just as simple as breathing, that it becomes as simple as breathing for you. So with that, and this latest activations, a series of activations all of us have received, and all the planetary celestial things that have been occurring, and the many planets in retrograde. I think there have been about 5 at this time. And being that we're in September, Virgo energy, earth energy, grounding energy, also a time of new beginning in this month of 9. Many of us, I feel, are on the next phase of a new beginning to our life. And the vision and manifestations are coming faster and faster and coming to you as you magnetize your heart and align. When you align with it and surrender and speak to it, like say it out loud, the universe responds like that. And I'm completely serious. The more you're in it, the more you trust in faith, the manifestation occurs much quicker and with more ease and grace. But to recognize we're manifesting all the time. So even when there's turbulence in your life and you're not fully in alignment, and that happens to many of us, we will still get the reverberation of what we chose to think, speak, and do. And so allow that to be a learning lesson to propel you forward. Everything works to bring you back closer to yourself and your integration of your I am self. There is no more duality of light and dark unless you choose to continue to feed that. Where you put your focus, the way you are, will continue to perpetuate a certain reality for you. If it's not in alignment with what your goal is to become and integrate with your higher self, your I am presence, and eventually your monad and source in physical body, you will feel the resistance to that because that energy is what's coming in. So the more you surrender into this process, even if you don't understand it, but you're recognizing a deeper knowing, it will become easier, more graceful, and your life will begin to unfold for you in a very organic way with more ease and grace. And to be humble in this process and recognize it's multifaceted, as are you, and to not hold on so tightly to what it is for you today, because tomorrow will bring more wisdom. So that being said, those of you are at a certain level and you're beginning to call in, bring me my soul family, bring me, and it's called star gathering. Star gathering. Many of you, myself included, are beginning to look more up, literally up at the stars. Up at the stars and recognizing I'm a part of those stars. Some of you may be curious, what planet did you come from? What's your primary galactic family, right? And you look at all that coding that's in the night sky. Okay, we are not ones and zeros. We are not binary. 1 through 9 is a sequence, and then it begins again. We're unlocking and moving away from being programmed as a binary operating system. You're a multifaceted system, highly creative. Okay, highly creative and powerful. So as you're recognizing you're on this journey, and very purposeful one, that only you can come to that knowing as you integrate with your higher self on what your mission, as many people call it, is here to do. And I really invite you to not make it some grandiose thing versus just be right here where you are and focus on the integration of the light into your body, and to become light, and to become love and forgiveness and compassion. And the rest will unfold for you. You will have clarity on how to direct your life, because just being that love and that presence will place a large impact on this world and in your reality, and will inspire others around you by just being you. Yes, some of you may be inspired to teach a course or class, or go on retreats, or lead them, or go to sacred sites just for yourself. That's okay. Go do that. But don't feel that you have to. Some of you may feel like you have to do that. You do not have to do that. You can simply be your presence, and be joy in life, and be with those that can resonate and understand the growth that you're going through, and that has a certain level of evolution within themselves to be able to hold you in this process as sacred. So you're calling in your soul family, your gatherings. Like, I like to go to gatherings from time to time, because then I'm around more soul family. And that feels so good. It recharges me. And then some of us meet once a week and we just talk. And it's lovely. And then when we get to see each other in person, it's wonderful. There's no conflict. We may have difference of opinion, but there's no conflict. None of it, our egos are far enough let go of, and to a certain point, I still work on it, to a certain point where we're not fighting each other. There's no posturing for anything. It's just openness and going, oh yeah, I don't know about that, but maybe this way. And it's just like, yeah, we just get to be ourselves and support each other back to our own heart, and remember, oh yeah, we're integrating a lot of light, and to stay focused on that task, because so many things can become a distraction. Even just seeking out your soul family can potentially be a distraction for some of you, because it's taking you away from your heart, your focus at hand. Your soul family will magnetize to you. You're already calling in each other, where it'll become easy, and you just start to meet. Okay. And because coming back to, we're initiating all these higher frequencies and divine magic, right? So the cards are I've kind of already gone through them a bit in just talking, because you are going through this inner discovery. You are the Holy Grail. You are filling yourself up with the light of God that is golden. And look at these rings. Look at these rings. That is the emergence of you. And you turn it sideways, we see the Vesica Pisces, which is a portal. And that could be described as like the fish symbol of the Piscean age. But we're moving into, we're in the Aquarian age. But this is integration and we're transmuting and transfiguring all our past misqualifications, not just our own, but for the planet. But this is a divine union of yourself, of the masculine and feminine energies, the masculine and feminine energy, as above and so below. And look at all that golden light pouring. Your cup fills over. Some of you are feeling really, really filled with the light of God within you. You're feeling it. You're feeling it inside, and it's coming out. And it's almost like watery flames. And look at that earth beneath. Like you're coming into more harmonics with your creativity, your feminine and masculine energies that reside within you. And it's in harmony. And you're learning how they present themselves and are expressed through you. That's a lot of power in this, though. It's a lot of power in this. And so it's still a vast sea of inner discovery. Yeah, finding your sacredness, and you are what you seek. You are what you seek. You are the Holy Grail. You don't have to seek outside yourself. The key is to go inward and invite it in. It's not solely emptying yourself. Fill yourself up. Fill yourself up with the light of God, with source energy, and the rest will just run out of you. That's actually what's happening. Our energy is coming in, and we're the pure energy is coming in, and what's happening, all the energy within you and in your cells that are not in resonance with this light coming in, they're literally coming up and out of your system through emotions, through sweating, through people might feel anxious or PTSD, or like, I don't know why things are happening, right? Ground yourself and breathe. Come back to your breath and recognize, oh, I'm getting more energy coming in, and I'm going to support and allow that to happen. And sometimes it can feel like a jolt of energy, anxiety can happen, and we're just like, it's such an unseen thing. But when you learn to master your emotions, your physical body, your spiritual body, your mental body, this becomes easier to allow it in, to allow your integration to occur. So self-care becomes very important, self-awareness, and the ability to be in flow with allowing your divine light to come in and be expressed out, and allow your old patterns and old way of being to just fall away to the wayside. And I know I say just fall away. It takes work to allow that to happen. But you can also flip it and say, I'm allowing this to shed from me with more ease and grace, and just allow as you step in to the light of yourself and you go, oh, I can breathe now. Turn your focus to the light versus to the discord. You can feel it, you can recognize it's happening, but bring the light in and let the light take care of it and go that direction. Continue to go toward the light. It doesn't mean you're ignoring other things. You're just continuing to follow it and be it. Your body will tell you. So we're having also this greater awakening as you're experiencing, and it's a light initiation. You are being initiated into light. When you can hold these abilities, these higher frequencies and ways of being, these level of consciousness that reside within you, the next level of that, of your, that basically the keys or codes to the next level of consciousness opens up for you, the next realm. Because then you have the ability to hold the energy enough, and purity and integrity and love enough to receive more. Okay. And then more magic occurs, and the synchronicities of life become more frequent because you're calling it forth. The clarity and the ability of your own divine healing that others may guide you through, but you're the one learning to heal yourself now. You no longer need an intermediary to connect to God. And you never did. All that were lies. You never needed an intermediary to connect to God. It was here the whole time. the whole time within you and just there, all around you. So now you can come to that and perhaps come maybe deep in your other practices and recognize it's within you wherever you go. So this beautiful crystal skull wisdom reminds us of that energy of your own divinity that's within you and being activated within you, and the power of your, even the sacred geometry of our third eye center and head, and all the way down into the shoulders and heart, higher heart and throat. We're basically telescoping up and out with our soul, this ability to look and run the show. Our heart and soul running the show as the I am presence comes in. This Merkaba, we have many Merkabas. We have a bigger one around us, but also over this whole section of the body is another Merkaba. And interesting enough, we have this soul star activation, and right above that head is a Merkaba. Excuse me. Something to be said here. Give me a second. I may pull the book on this one. But if you recognize that, it's our ability to light travel. But it's also, to me, it's representing this other depiction of what is referred to as the divine chart, which some of you have seen me pull up from time to time. And I don't know if I have one here. It must be put away. But it's our Christ consciousness energies coming in, but also when we get to some of you are getting to a certain level where you're integrating fully with your Christ consciousness energies in the monad, and then you become the avatar. You become the avatar and lead life that way. Because look at all that fire too. Let me take a closer look. Oh yeah, this is exactly what I've been talking about. You can't see it from this image because it's too small, but it's depicting, your ascension. Okay, so if I bring this closer, look at the way the eagle's shaped. It's shaped like our head and the third eye and the pineal gland. And this is the God light, the monad coming in, the ascension, the Christ consciousness energy coming in through the Merkaba. This whole Merkaba and the Star of David coming down into your third eye center, into your actual whole physical body. And you're becoming crystalline light. You're becoming more light. So I'm going to pull the book on this one, and so you can read it. But for this to all occur and you embody that holy grail of light that is you, you're clearing also out your akashic records, and you're rewriting the new way of being as you've healed and cleared your past lives, past karma, your soul. You've healed the limitations of your soul. You're letting all that go, even other people that you've harmed in other lifetimes. You're bringing forth forgiveness, asking for forgiveness, and so that too sets you free. The same thing you do in this lifetime, you're doing it in all lifetimes. All energetic cords are being released back to the originator with love and gratitude, and you're calling back all your energetic cords back into your physical body, purified, cleansed, and going into the new circuitry of your physical body, because that too is changing. Okay. But back to this card, because it's very important in Ascension right now that you recognize this higher heart and throat, the seed atom, okay, of creation, the seed atom of creation, the permanent seed atom, which contains your divine blueprint, could be called your divine Christos blueprint, is coming in. It's coming into your body, being activated within you. It's the blood record at the thymus gland, higher heart, directly connected. It transmits the DNA fire letters into the instructional grids once it is relayed through the opened and activated permanent seed atom. As every living thing has a permanent seed atom and blueprint structure, so does the living universal layers of the time matrix. That'll make more sense to you later if you don't understand now. But focus on that your permanent seed atom, your divine blueprint is coming into fruition into physical form within you. And this is part of what this process is. Your higher heart is opening up and becoming more activated within you. And that's why many of us are having thyroid issues, okay? Because we're evolving. You are literally evolving. So how might you allow this process, call in that golden light, your divine blueprint, to support your integration and back into harmony, okay? Back into harmony, the balance of the rings of your masculine and feminine energies, your body. As the record of the permanent seed atom opens into each sub-band, its harmonic layers across all space, time, and dimensions, it then feeds the source energy. So that's what I was talking about. You're healing yourself from every dimensional timeline. Your divinity is happening everywhere. You're multifaceted, okay? And if you can't grasp at that right now, that's okay. Just know it in your heart. Your soul knows. The source energy, the zero, you're bringing it all back to the 0 point field. Into each of these grid instructional layers, okay, these are the energetic layers of you, in accordance to the law of harmonics, which includes reflectionary symmetry. Whatever structure does not resonate its original blueprint pattern, either self-correct as it is overridden or collapses. So that's what we're talking about. You're self-correcting, you're healing, or it's getting pushed or pulled out of your body some way because your divine self is coming in, and anything that's not in resonance with that is leaving. And we also see that in the microcosm, in the macrocosm, in the greater world. Okay, that's why the feminine energy appears to be chaotic, but it's actually clearing out and the old structures are breaking down. Your old patterning is breaking down. So this new lattice work, so to speak, matrix within you, your divine blueprint can take over, can be the primary structure again, your permanent seed atom, your blueprint, your divine blueprint. The collapse of the structures due to distortions to such degree, the integrity of the blueprint has been fully corrupted. So if you think about it, like if you are a computer, because you're very much like a computer, if you had, firmware or something, or spyware, some sort of infection in your hardware, it gets encrypted and you can't function properly. Something else is driving you. All that, you have the power to clear out and heal. And you come to freedom. You're doing divine healing. Okay, it's both and. Divine healing and freedom. Okay? Clearing the old stories. Releasing past lives. The divine healing and high vibrational energy. As you let that higher vibrational energy in and the light of God, none of those imprints, none of the old patterns can stay. They get dissolved and turned back into light and released out of your bodies on every plane, every parallel universe. So, therefore, upon the impact of the critical mass of living light current that has been accumulated within a manifest container that is holding consciousness, it may possibly destroy the container of that form that has become distorted in order to be corrected into its original blueprint nature. And what does that mean in layman's terms? You are already living an aspect of this. Piece of you literally dies and fails to continue, while this new piece of you, that your divinity, takes its place. your golden light takes its place. So your body could be considered that container, right? The planet can be considered as a container. And when things are programmed and misqualified, all that type of matrix and that matrix is anything that's corrupted within it is breaking down, and the light is taking its place. The new energy of light is taking its place, forming, it's going into the grids of the earth, into your grid of your body, into, we'll begin to see it also in our waking life, right? The macrocosm, the discordant energy of the planet, of the way people are operating, governments, financial systems. You may even just on a smaller scale be looking for different work. What's their philosophy? Is it aligned with your heart and purpose? So that's how it starts to show up. You begin to leave, those of you that leave the structure of a 9-to-5 job, it doesn't fit for you anymore because that structure no longer works with the new paradigm coming in. The more you feed that reality and energetics, the more reality that will become. And there may be others that stay in the other place. That's okay. You're not. You're creating a different reality now that's supporting the divinity, the divine blueprint of everything, of all that is, not just yourself. But you play a key role in it. And you're moving into the monadic consciousness. The monadic consciousness. So let me pull this card up before I forget. Soul Star activation, which is your divine charts, okay? Your ascension, your Christ ascension. And I know a few dates. We're coming up to another, I think, equinox or solstice soon. And that's going to be another influx of light, as well as a further integration on October 22nd of your I am presence, your monad. Oh, goose. Sorry, guys, I'm having I keep skipping the page. Here we go. Soul Star activation. Fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. The Soul Star chakra is the energy center that is found around 6 to 12 inches above the crown and connects us directly with soul wisdom. Oh, and that directly connects with what I was talking about, releasing our past lives, the soul healing on the soul level in other dimensions and parallel universes, because you release that, and then it no longer limits you. If you don't heal that, it limits your ascension. It crowns connects directly by the soul for wisdom. It is our gateway to the etheric realms which hold all the lessons of the incarnations. There we go. We have experienced through our soul star. We have experienced, through our soul star, we access information and wisdom like a computer. That's funny. Connect to the internet through broadband instead of having to move through the dimensions to access the information. We can remain connected at all times and download support as necessary. So you're bringing the wisdom back from those things and calling in for higher guidance. The Egyptian god Horus appears on this card as our spiritual guide. His hawk-eyed image is said to illustrate his connection to the sun. Connection to the sun, the connection to the light. Okay, we'll hold both of these up right now. So imagine yourself, okay, as a keeper of energetic portals to hidden realms. He can help us remember our starry origins, open psychic vision, and connect directly with the wisdom that is held in the stars. Like, remember, when we started, we're talking more to the stars, our star family. It's in us. Connect. Imagine yourself in a wide open space under a night sky filled with stars. Say, Horus, cosmic sky guardian, thank you for activating my soul star chakra so that I can remember on a soul level. You're remembering on a soul level. Keep your heart open while you do this, and your protection too, that only beings of light come through. So the message, through your previous journeys, you have learned much about the inner workings of your soul and about the cycles of karma. Before this incarnation, you set a powerful intention to remember your divine origins at this point. You are in a powerful space, for you are remembering who you truly are, and you know that you have it within you to make a great difference in your own life, the lives of those you love, and of course the world. This remembering is in alignment with the soul contracts you made before coming to this realm. If you find yourself worrying if you are making the right decisions, know that even if you aren't conscious of it, all that you have chosen so far is in accordance with your soul's evolution plan. And when you draw this gateway, you are opening up on higher levels. So that's kind of what I said in a nutshell. You're opening up on higher levels. Light codes are coming in. So be grounded in it, as above and so below. Remember to connect to the heart of the earth. Those of you that work with angels, call on Archangel Sandalphon to assist you to connect to the heart of the earth, as above and so below. You can only go as high as you can low. Okay? It's the purpose to still stay in the body while accessing higher information for your highest good. For your highest good. So stay focused in the integration and your inner evolution. Be mindful when things become a distraction. Even our spiritual studies can become a distraction from allowing the light to integrate. Because so many times people want to seek more. I want more. Oh, this modality, that modality. The healing is within you. It's not set in stone and only in one modality. Although experiencing some and finding someone to support you integrate your energy can be highly supportive. But at the end of the day, they're facilitating and holding a container for you to do your own healing. Okay? And to learn the tools to do that. That's really the goal here. At least I know for me, when I support others, is build their tools and skill sets so they're comfortable as they're walking themselves through their own healing. But that being said, know where you're at. Because if you don't have the skill set just yet, you may need to work on that, right? And so that's where I invite people to come back to the basics. Breath work, purposeful breathing, okay? The 4-step breathing is one of my favorite ways to breathe and calm the body. And be with the body and go inward. And bring yourself to a 0 point as you connect to all of yourself. Nature connection, activating your pillar of light around you, which eventually will just be. It won't take as much effort if you don't already know how to do it. It's going to take time to build it and recognize it. Armor of God is a popular one for others, and there's other things that you may already do. It's all these practices to support you in your integration back to yourself, to who you really are, a being of light. And allowing your Christ consciousness energy to fully embody into the monad and the individualization of the God spark that you are. I'm Gina Lobito, Soul Inspired Reflections. That's all I have for you tonight. Be well. Take some self-care time. Go get a massage. Go to swim in the ocean or lake. Take some time for yourself. Maybe take a nap, a day of leisure, or go do something fun that you've been wanting to do. Maybe take a nice hike through the forest. Go play with your dog or other animals that you may have. Enjoy your kids. Let yourself be a kid. And let it all line up. Surrender it and line up and just tell God, okay, I'm on it. I'm doing it. What do you want me to do? And let yourself be the vehicle. Let yourself be the vehicle, and your day will change like that. All right. Much love to all of you. Have a really, really blessed weekend if I'm not on before then.